Hello, my loves. Okay, let's talk about pain. Really uncomfortable pain. Because that's coming up a lot. It's coming up a lot for me personally. It's I've noticed it coming up for the people around me and the collective. And historically, especially for women, when we are in deep pain, there is this temptation because of what we have been taught about our identity as women. We need to ensure that we brush it aside, that we move on. When women have expressed their pain in the past, they have been shut away, they have been forced into asylums. It was medicalized as hysteria. Parts of their body were cut out in order to get rid of the very human experience, the very normal experience of responding to something that was, quite frankly, guidance. Because here is the thing: pain is guidance. Pain is the soul's way, it is the body's way of letting us know that something is going on. And here's the other thing: pain isn't always letting you know that something is wrong. Pain is letting you know that also something needs support, something needs a little bit of space. Pain is letting you know that you are expanding, right? It's uncomfortable sometimes doing the right thing. So pain isn't always, oh, I fucked up. Sometimes pain is actually because you are expanding your awareness. Pain is awareness. Pain is guidance. I'm going to say that again. Pain is awareness. Pain is guidance. It wasn't until I actually began this journey of connecting with my spirit guides 12 years ago that I even contemplated and became curious about what pain was for me, because I was one of those that was like, oh my God, I feel negative, I feel bad, I'm depressed, I'm all of these things. Right. How can my spirit guides, in knowing them, communicating with them, get rid of pain? Because pain is obviously the reason why I'm not successful, I'm not making the money I want, why I don't have the relationships I want, why I don't feel enough. Pain is the problem, right? Pain wasn't the problem. Pain wasn't the problem. Pain, I want you to know, and I want you to hear this. I want you to feel it more than anything. Pain is never the problem. We have just been taught it's the fucking problem. Because why? Because if you believe pain is the problem, what are you going to do? Oh, okay, I'm going to outsource. If pain is my problem, I need someone to tell me how to fix it. I need someone to tell me how to take it away. I need something that will take it away. Whether that is money, whether it's drugs, whether it is it's something. And we all know someone, myself included, that have spiraled into more pain, unconscious pain, because we're looking to come out of it. We want so much to feel okay We want so much to feel safe. We want so much to feel a sense of peace. We want so much to be okay with ourselves that we will do whatever we can to take ourselves out of pain as quickly as possible, because pain has become the thing that is not okay. And therein lies the issue. The biggest gift I have ever been given with my guides is learning to be okay with pain, to not bypass it. And the thing with coming into my spiritual gifts and my sense of self-awareness is you know, peeling back an onion. Each layer is another understanding. And yes, it, you know, the deeper you go, it can feel heavier. But with that heaviness is a deeper level of depth. And because of that, there is, you know, the feedback that comes from that is so much more, right? There's just more understanding, more beauty, more a deeper level of gratitude and connection that I get to experience. And that's a level of abundance that I don't need to judge or doubt. And I love that. But it all began with, okay, can I be with pain? Can I be with pain? Wherever it is in my body, can I be with it? What does being with it look like in the context of physical reality? What does it look like? Okay, is it having a conversation? And my guides talked about it like this. They said, if you imagined that pain was a child, like, would you scream at it? Would you hit it? Would you like, would you do all of these things? And even thinking about it now, it brings me to tears, because you just wouldn't. You just wouldn't. You just would not do that. But I do know that there are some people that would. And that is why we have pain. That's why we have pain in the world. That's why we have people at odds with themselves and with each other. And when my guys brought that to my attention, there was this massive resistance to wanting to beat up on myself. I always thought I needed more pain to push myself into having to do the things I needed to do. You know, growing up in the 90s, you know, parents, teachers, whoever, to get you to do what you needed to do, it wasn't rewards, it was punishments. And so you internalize that and you use it on yourself. And my spirit guides actually were the first ones to completely turn that mindset on its head, ironically. And they were like, but this is why you don't feel like you're the reward, Trude, because you're trying to punish yourself into joy. You're trying to punish yourself into love. How is creating more pain bringing you what you are crying out for? Don't those painful feelings actually deserve your love, whatever you might imagine love to be? Because here's the other thing, if you've not been surrounded by emotionally astute, intelligent people, grown-ups, You have to pluck it from from where you might imagine it to be. So I had to dream it up for myself. And so for me, what it looked like was a lot of kind of being curious and just asking my pain, oh, why are you there? What do you want to tell me today? That's cool. Okay. You're good. If you want to shout, if you want to cry, if you want to scream, that's all right. It was inquisitive. Responding to my pain with love looked like curiosity. It looked like questions. It looked like conversations. It looked like breath. It looked like placing the hand on the heart and just, we're all right. We don't need to rush. We don't need to like, is anyone watching us right now telling us, oh no, you shouldn't be doing like this. Oh, you need to be answering this client who isn't really the client. It's the mother or the father in your head that from long ago who told you that you did a bad job, you should have got a better grade, or actually, I'll do your homework because actually you're not good enough, and all that actually matters is what is on the paper rather than the intention, the attempt. When I feel pain and discomfort now, especially especially for my clients and especially for my friends, you know what? I get excited. There's a massive amount of compassion there, and I also get excited, and I get excited because I know that that is the point where there is so much clarity that's about to come through, and there is so much awareness and up leveling that they are about to meet themselves with, and that the stuff that they feel that they've had to perhaps cling on to in order, that they've been judging themselves with, is about to be released, and that they don't need to hold on to the old ways, that the pain is going, you're ready, your power is ready to be witnessed, and your job is to witness it. And how we break the patterns of the old ways is by choosing to respond to pain in ways that we wouldn't have done so in the past, because that just keeps the old patterns repeating. Like in the past, if I felt like I'd made a mistake, fucked up, or for me, this is the one that stands out the most. I would be in repetitive patterns of pain, discomfort, feelings of failure, the rejection wound, abandonment. Every single time my exes weren't happy with me, or when we'd split up, and I'd make really unhealthy decisions to come back together again, or do something that my intuition was screaming at me not to do, in order for their approval, or whatever, simply to keep the peace. Suppressing the pain, getting rid of the pain, looked like self-abandonment. Choosing myself, understanding what the pain was guiding me into was myself, which meant choosing to go, okay, the pain doesn't mean that I am bad. The pain doesn't mean that I am wrong. Instead, I'm going to give me all of my attention rather than outsource my attention, because I deserve my attention right now. You deserve your own attention right now. And if that means you choose a dear friend to go, you know what, can I have, I need to be listened to right now, so be it. And I did things like, you know what, instead of writing the long ass message, trying to get the person that hurt me to listen to me back, or some other thing that wasn't helpful, I decided to just do different actions, things that, again, attention on me. We've not been taught that about pain. Instead, pain has been this thing that's demonized. If you're in pain, oh, you have not done enough. You're not enough. If you've not done enough, then you're not enough. Then who are you? What is your identity? And again, this stems from this really shitty rhetoric where women have literally, and even this is still going on now, mind you. Women are having pieces of their body taken from them if they dare to say, this is what I want. I do not want this for myself. So do not come at me. This is how I experience my body. This is what my pain is speaking to me. And I'm talking not just physically, emotionally. I literally made the decision because I was in physical pain. I was in deep, deep emotional pain to have my tubes taken out. I didn't just want them tight, I had them all taken out. Because I did not know how to communicate with my pain. And that, I'm still grieving parts of that. And I've only just started to let myself do that. And that's why I think it's so important that we talk about these things, because they matter so deeply. Pain was never the enemy. You were taught that it was the enemy so that you would suppress it, so that you would suppress the most informative information about yourself. Because if you do not know your pain, then how can you be guided? How can you guide yourself? How can you support yourself? It is through my pain. I know what it is that I do want. I know what it is that I don't want. I know what is off. I know what is on. I know where I need to give myself space. I know where it is I need to come back to. I know. Pain is the I know. It is your energy body going, we are on, we are alarming. Hello, 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 hello. We need that alarm. But that alarm does not mean that you have fucked up. It means that you are turned on and you are tuned in. And we are meant to pay attention. We are not meant to have other people go, my alarm's better than your alarm. Listen to my alarm. My alarm knows more than yours. So I will leave that with you, my loves. Upgrade starts on the 2nd, and I'm sure there will be more that my guys will want to bring through related to this, because it is so, so important for our sovereignty. One-to-one work also in support of you and your connection to your own gifts and guides. Lots of love.